How to get your seed germinated faster. So just to recap over the last week, on Monday we raked the lawn to get the final level, applied our Limigrain MM50 dwarf rice seed with the Scott's drop spreader, then we raked it in just to key it into the surface, gave it a good water because we weren't going to be watering it again after that, put the fleece on, and then this time I covered it with a blue tarp to keep the moisture in and to really take advantage of the sun's heat. Okay, so we're 5 days on from putting this sheet down. I looked yesterday, we have got red tips, so I'm going to take this off now because we don't want those tips dying because they can't, because they've been smothered. So let's get these sheets off, and then, or just the blue sheet for now, and we'll have a look. It's a bit windy, so I might have to re-peg some of the white stuff, but we'll leave that on for a bit longer, I think, and let's take it from there. Okay, so we've got the covers off. Remember, we did this 4 days ago. Or is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Yeah, 4 days ago. And we've got loads of growth. So that is really good news. Sorry, I was just counting my fingers then, just to make sure it was 4 days. Yeah, because it was 3 last night, so it makes sense that it before today. So I'm really pleased with that. So I think, and I'm not sure what to do now. I might whip these covers off, you know, but I'm concerned about cats digging it up, so I'm going to have a couple of minutes to think and then decide what I'm going to do. It's too windy to spray anything. It's absolutely blowing a gale. It's like 25-30 mile an hour winds today, so I'll be glad to get in. But after 4 days to have, you know, some of the shoots are getting on for a centimetre or more, so yeah, very pleased. Yeah, so what I'm going to do tomorrow, Saturday the 14th, I'm going to take the sheets off, get some product on, and then we'll get this lawn away, and then I'll do my little trick with the bottle of special brew in terms of wee in the bottle, around the edge, and that'll maybe stop any raw cats or foxes digging up the lawn. But generally, you know, once the seed's germinated, it kind of puts the feline species, I don't know the word for a fox, so don't even ask, so let's just go with a feline, and normally that scares them off, so we don't normally have a problem. 1 or 2 jobs I have had that problem, but generally the grass is enough to deter them, but if we put the wee around the edge, that'll give them second thoughts, and we can get some, hopefully this lawn up and away and ready in a couple of weeks. That's what I'm aiming for, and this is the kind of start of what I want to do on the next job at Britain's Best Lawn, where I want to get the grass growing not only in 4 days, but I'm going to try and get it growing in 2 days. I've got some little tips and little products and some things that we can do to increase that happening. Be sure to tune into that, and we'll see how we can do it. So you're going to learn a bit about some new products that I keep to myself, but maybe we could divulge that information this time, and you can try it yourself, because as the weeks go on, we're getting the cooler temperatures and the weather isn't going to be as good as it was 6 or 7 weeks ago, so we need to be getting keeps up and away so it's visually nice for them, because they put up with it like that for a few months now and they're getting impatient, and it's not my fault, it's just they've been waiting for the tilers to come and do the porcelain, but there's been a delay on that, and the tiles were a delay and stuff, so, and I end up being the bad guy in all of it. So let's get that up and away from worm cast free, hopefully, with putting these sheets down like this and then putting the soil on top of this and get that grass away, and by the end of August I hope that to be a proper lawn. So that is 2 weeks, so I'm going to call that my 2-week job, my 2-week mission. So until then, we'll see you around. Good afternoon, it's Sunday the 15th of August. 6 days since we put the seeds and the covers on. I've left the other covers on, the fleece on, just to protect us from cats and other animals and things, and just to keep that wind off it, because it's been very windy. So it's time for the big reveal, so let's get a bin. I've lost my tripod, so I'm going to have to use a bin, and then we'll see what it looks like when I take the covers off. So see you in a sec. So I am very, very impressed. Just putting that extra bit of seed down, I've noticed, just to give us that extra coverage, because I've realised that the older rates of 35 grams for the full rye can't be the same as a dwarf rye because it's smaller, so surely you're going to need more to cover you know, the area. So I went on double A and it's definitely looking more like I saw some pictures from Wimbledon Centre Court and they had tremendous coverage, and there's just no way they would have got that coverage at 35 grams a square metre. So this is looking more like that. Very uniform, whereas when you've seen me in the past take my covers off after a week, even in hotter temperatures, it's been very scatty and I'm like scratching my head wondering what's gone wrong. So this is the way forward, I think. So I'm very uniform, really pleased with the uniformity of it all. When you get over it, you can't really see the germination that good, but there is loads there. So let's go on the floor. And again, see, you can get an idea of how uniform it is from down there. So today, I'm just going to put a few products on, so let me sort those out and I'll show you what they are. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what I've got in my little mixing jug here. I've got some Stella Bio Boost, 2 mils per square metre. I've got some compost tea, and I've got some high-end ICL high-end here, just a little drop of nitrogen in there, just to push it on a little bit, because we've got less time to get things going. We want to start getting a move on a bit quicker, so you can just add little things. So I've just put a little drop of that in, and that's just going to give us that little spurt of growth as well. So on with that. Doesn't matter that it's raining because it'll just get washed in and that's fine. So let's spray that and we can leave this one, and in 2 weeks this lawn's going to be superb. So that's done. Got to bear in mind that when you're putting the compost tea on, you've got to put it on in conditions like this. No UV light coming through. I mean, obviously there's UV light coming through a little bit, but that'll kill all the bacteria in there maybe. So the recommendation is that you spray that in conditions either dusk or dawn, or just grey sky days. Whatever. Now I've just cut back all the buds and the flowers off the roses as well, because you can see they're dropping on the lawn there on the border and some are on the covers. So there, what happens is with them, they go slimy and start rotting, and they're not great for lawns. So I've took the liberty of chopping those down. Hopefully they won't mind. So this will be fed at the end of the week, let this liquid fit in, and then this lawn 2 weeks from now, beautiful.